Hello everyone, Dave here again with another video. Haven't done a gaming video in a while, and boy can I tell because this took me forever to set up, and I had to record it once or twice actually, because it didn't record the first time, so that was fun. Um, but I really love games. I love anime games, and I wanted to do another one. Even though I don't do it often, I still love playing games. So I figured, what better game to play than the new SD Gundam Battle Alliance? I've been playing this game like non-stop since it came out, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Um, so I thought we would do some chill kind of gameplay, just kind of get back in the swing of things when it comes to playing games. And also, I thought, you know what? I've been playing this a lot, and the game is still relatively new, so there may be some new people, starting to play this game. And I thought, you know what? I'm no genius, but I played it a lot. Let me give some tips that I think will help a new player. Um, so the first thing that I want to hone in on is your skill set. Um, I You get a new skill. You start out with one slot. You get a new one at level 15, and then obviously another one at 30. The skills I use, these kind of don't. I mean, they matter, but there's not like one skill that's way better than the others. Excuse me. It kind of all just depends on your play style and like what weapons and stuff you want to use. So, for example, I dash around a lot because I feel like the Gundam are kind of slow. Um, and also I use melee a lot, which takes up your boost. So I use the speedster because the dashing and jumping and everything consume less of it, so I have more boosts left over for my melee attacks. And then, of course, my second skill, I chose the mechanic skill because your repair kits will take less time to use, and especially in these earlier levels, the game isn't outright difficult, but it can be a little confusing. Some of the mechanics at first, at least it was for me, and before you really start to, it really opens up for you to upgrade your Gundam. It can be a little tough. So you're going to need to repair yourself a lot, and it's obviously easier to do that quicker than sit there and take a bunch of damage. Um, so skills are definitely important, but it kind of comes down to how you play. And that kind of leads into the actual Gundam themselves. You have three different types. You have your infighters, you have sharpshooters, and you have all-rounders. Your infighters are, think of it like your tank class. Lots of damage. They're a little slower. They're not as mobile, but they're your melee guys, and they deal a lot of damage. Your all rounders are just how it sounds. They are literally all around. They have decent range and also decent melee, but they're not the best at either one. And then your sharpshooters are going to be your ranged Gundam. They usually have the best guns with the most bullets. And they also have, and this is another good point, the most repair kits as well. So if you're playing by yourself, you may want to go with a all-rounder or a sharpshooter. Really, honestly, you could go with either one. I've been using the where is it here? The Exia, and that's an infighter. I've been using that a lot, and I play by myself. I use really every type, so we'll get back to that in a second. But I want to touch on the repair kits because it's important to know that the sharpshooters have 5, the all-rounders have 4, and the infighters have 3. Which is kind of interesting because the infighters are going to be your melee guys, which take the most amounts of damage. And are more susceptible to damage, so you feel like they should have the most repair kits, but that is how it is. And honestly, your sharpshooters, if you play the field enough, and if you dash and you equip the skills to like keep your dash up and everything, you honestly could get through without taking a whole lot of damage, firing from afar. So it kind of feels like the infighter should have more, but maybe they balance that out because this game is made so that you can play with 2 others and have a squad of 3. But I play by myself, so it's important to balance out the squad. But the game, like I said, isn't outright difficult. It'll just, these are tips for mainly for new players to help kind of get used to some things. So basically, just I would try out every type of Gundam at least once. I mean, it would be nice to try out every Gundam specifically at least once, just because they're fun to play as. And honestly, I think this game did a pretty good job of making each Gundam feel kind of different in a way. But what I mean is like try out an all-rounder, try out a sharpshooter, and try out an infighter at least once. And also have one of each group that you go to, because there are some missions where an infighter may be a little bit better or a sharpshooter might be a little bit better. For example, there was one 8th team mission where you have to fight the oh gosh, what's it called? Let me pull it up here. You have to fight this thing here. I really like Gundam, but I am terrible with names, so I always forget the names of the specific Gundams. But you have to fight this, and it's up in the air, and you can definitely get to it and do your melee attacks, but it's a lot easier to take down if you have a ranged Gundam. Now, I know, obviously, when you're playing a mission for the first time, you're not exactly going to know who you're going up against, but that's, I guess, where Gundam knowledge comes into play, because the game will kind of, obviously give a brief, you can kind of see, like, what you're going to have to go against here, and it'll tell you what Gundams show up and everything. But the whole point of this game is that certain Gundams show up in places where they shouldn't be. So, yeah. Anyway, I know we want to get into some gameplay here. I just feel like some of these tips are kind of important. Another thing that's important to remember is your parts. So as you can uncap Gundam, which is another thing you may have noticed. Like this Gundam has a cap of 15, level 15, and then like this one has a cap of 30 because I uncapped this Gundam and increased the maximum level, but also gave it a new part slot. And parts are important to remember to bring in because they can help your Gundam out in more ways. Like this Exia Gundam, I want to be a fucking hit like a dump truck. So I increased the melee, but I also put a part on it that increases its melee and its cut rate and cut damage and everything. So you can try to tailor. Each Gundam has their own thing, and you really can't deviate from that. Like you really can't turn a sharpshooter into your ultimate powerhouse. I mean, you kind of can. Like you can upgrade its melee and give it some melee skills if you have one, but you can tweak it enough to be like, what I'm trying to say is like I can give this Cerevi Gundam a melee part, and I can go in and increase its melee and do all that stuff and make it hit like a dump truck even though it's a sharpshooter. I can do that, which is a cool feature of this game. But at the end of the day, it's not going to hit as heavy as an actual Gundam that's made for that. So it definitely gives you the freedom to use your favorite Gundam. Like I love 8th Team. It's my favorite Gundam series, so I want to use the ground type, but I'm more of a melee guy. I like getting up close and personal. So I'm working on building up my, this Gundam's melee abilities so that I can use it and still play how I want to play. So it's important to know that you can still play how you want, but there are Gundam that are kind of catered to more specific things. But now let's get into some of the missions. So I'm trying to level up the Freedom Gundam right now, and it's only, I think, level 3. So you could hop into your current mission, but it's like level 18. So I find it important to go back and play missions, both the break and the true mission, on the normal and easy difficulties. Because one, then you'll fully complete the mission. You see, like, some of them only have a red star, but when you complete the mission on both difficulties, then you'll get the gold star. And you'll unlock the most materials and the blueprints, which are all necessary for unlocking new Gundam and upgrading the ones that you currently have. So, so let's jump into it. So here are your partners. It's important to have a balanced team. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Like, in these earlier missions, it's not super hard, especially once you get the hang of things. But I usually try to go for a balanced team just so that you have the most amount of tickets and everything, or repair kits, excuse me. But we'll go with two all rounders and a sharpshooter for this mission because the Arios Gundam kind of leads into my next point about when you're playing with other friends, you obviously can coordinate where you are. But I'm a guy who doesn't have any, so I play by myself a lot. So when you're playing with the AI teammates, the AI does a decent job of being where it needs to be and dealing damage and everything. But it's important to know where your teammates are in in a in a match, or not a match, in the mission, throughout the mission. So we'll get into that a little bit later, like more specifically what I mean by that. Yeah. So I've never used the Freedom Gundam before. I leveled it up to 3, which is another tip I have, is use a Gundam first before you go into leveling it up. Because I've had a few times where I like get a Gundam and I'm like, oh yeah, this Gundam looks sick, and I go level it up, and then I go and play as it, and I don't really like how it plays, and then I wasted this money leveling it up. And I think you can like reinvest it. I haven't gotten that far in to like actually try that out yet, so it could not be a huge deal, but it's just important to keep that in mind. Wow, I'm dead. That's why it's important to test out these Gundams, because I just died. It's pretty easily too. Another tip that I have that I didn't do, that I instinctively repaired myself, which costs a repair kit. But if your partners repair you, I could be wrong, but I don't believe it costs a repair kit. It's just annoying because they take forever to do it. So I don't know. Just keep that in mind, I guess. Because we had no enemies around us. Like, I could have easily just waited a few extra seconds for them to repair me. And again, don't quote me on that because I haven't noticed yet. But it feels like you can repair your partners without using repair kits, because I've been in boss fights where I've run out of repair kits for myself, but I was still able to repair my partners. So strategically knowing when and where to use a repair kit can also be pretty important. So that's just something extra. All right. So for example, I'm going to use a repair kit right now to get ready for this fight. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know the volume on the game is down, I think. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably barely can, if you can at all. But I'm just trying to get myself, used to this. But anyway, be aware, it'll say who the boss is targeting. And right now it's targeting me. So so obviously now, whoops, I'm dead. I'm going to heal myself here. Now would not be the time to use a repair kit, but it would be the time to, while it's focusing on someone else, it would be the time to use my special skill to get it from behind here. So that dealt a pretty good deal of damage. So that's, what the heck? I keep getting destroyed. I swear I'm usually better at this game, but this is the first time I played as the Freedom Gundam, and I'm playing off of my monitor so I can capture it, and my monitor is like 2 inches wide. So being aware of, what the heck? I don't actually know how I just died there. But being aware of where your partners are in relation to the boss is important, because, for example, this Gundam, the Arios Gundam, has a special move where it kind of zips around and it can't track him, as you just saw, because the guy's up in the air. Now, I've had it before where the Arios Gundam, he's, Okay, well, that was my fault. I'm too busy trying to explain myself and not actually playing the game. But I've had it happen where the Arios Gundam is up in the air doing an attack, and I command him to use his special, and he winds up zipping around and not able to hit anybody. Um, so I guess, there's a lot going on, obviously, so it's very important to be wary of where everything is. And I just realized that this is a level 10 mission, and I'm only level 3. My Gundam's only level 3. So that's yet another thing. I feel like I'm making excuses, which I kind of am. I keep dying. But if anything, for new players, this might be something that you might have to deal with, at least until you get the hang of the controls and the hang of how the game works. Because at first, like the first mission, I think you fight Ramba, not the first mission, but like the first like main boss fight, you fight Ramba Rawl, and I got my ass kicked by him because I didn't really know what I was doing, and like I was pretty underleveled for what the game was asking me to do at the time, which isn't a huge deal. That remedies itself pretty quick. It's not like I'm not out here saying like this is the fucking like Dark Souls of Gundam games, but it can definitely be a slight learning curve at the beginning. So I definitely planned on getting my ass kicked like I just did yet again. I definitely planned on that to show you guys what happens over the course of the beginning of the game. I totally didn't this totally wasn't an accident where I didn't pay attention and just jumped into a mission and got my ass kicked. No, totally not what happened here. But anyway, yeah, so your teammates can heal you, and obviously we don't have any repair kits, and they're still able to heal you. So I probably could have saved that one from earlier. Obviously, I would have had to use it because I'm terrible. But remember that there's a guard button as well. I always forget that, and that's probably led to me getting killed multiple times throughout this whole thing. But just, remember that you got your teammates, they can heal you, and you've got a guard button, which I often forget about, and that often gets me killed as well. Also, I'm just a big dummy. Like, I've been playing this game a lot, but I also just am still learning it myself, which is, I guess, kind of a fun thing about this game is you can still play the hell out of it, and there's still stuff for you to learn. It's not a very complex game, but there's a lot of interesting mechanics that, oh shoot, both my teammates are dead. Oh god, oh this is bad. Yep, and we're all dead. So mission failed. That's embarrassing. Will I upload this clip still? Yes, because I don't want to record this for yet a third time. But it kind of shows how things sometimes work around here. If you've got an extremely underleveled Gundam, and also if you're a dumbass like me and not paying attention, you'll get your ass kicked. And that happens. So what we're gonna do is we're going to upgrade our Gundam here. With the capital that we have acquired, not on that last mission because we didn't get any because we suck, or I suck, not we suck. I mean, we as in me and all the voices that live in my head, yes, we all suck, but not you guys. You guys are great. So we've upgraded from 3 to 7, and we're going to try that mission again. And hopefully it'll be different. Because if I lost again, that would be embarrassing. And also, I might swap out my partner for Shiro because he's a higher level. And he's got... and he's a sharpshooter, which, given the boss and the range that's required, we might need some sharpshooting. So we're gonna give that a shot. Yeah, but I hope those tips kind of helped. I don't really know if I have any more tips, to be honest. At this point, I'm just kind of playing the game just so you guys can see some gameplay and hear the clickety-clacks of my controller. I don't know if this is some fucking ASMR shit we got going on here, but it is what it is. I do want to tell you guys a story, though. I recently moved, and I'm in an apartment now, so there's a lot more people around and a lot, you hear people walking around and everything. It's not a big deal at all. It's whatever. But I was just sitting in my room last night, playing, or a few nights ago, playing Gundam, of course, and I just hear, just pretty faintly, just, huh? Huh? And I was like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck is that? And then it goes again. It's like, huh? Huh? And I was like, oh, fuck. Somebody's getting it in. Somebody's getting it in over there. Like, okay, I mean, I guess we're going to hear that now because we're closer to people. And it's whatever. I don't, I'm no prude. I put on my headphones and whatever. But then I start hearing it get louder and like closer to my room. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm on the ground floor and my room is like right on the outside wall. So I'm hearing it right outside my wall, which would be outside. I'm like, dude, is somebody getting fucked outside? Like, are we, like, we're some people literally, quite literally and figuratively, have the balls to just be fucking outside. So I'm hearing outside my bedroom window, huh, huh. I can't moan very well, but you get the point. And also, it wasn't a very attractive moan either. It was a very disturbing moan. So I was like, what the fuck is this? So then, I'm like, I gotta see what this is. So I open my window. I open the blinds to my window, and then I just see a fucking cat turn around, look at me in the eyes, and then go, huh? So I'm like, dude, it was this cat the entire time that just had this really unfortunate sounding meow. I don't know what the deal was, but it just kept going. And I was like, what the fuck? So it's sitting out there just meowing at me, and it was 3 a.m. at this point, and I'm like, dude, cat, stop. And then it kind of just scampered off, and I kind of felt bad the next day. I was like, wait, I hope this wasn't somebody's cat, and I just told it to fuck off, but I didn't see a collar on it or anything, so I wasn't sure what the deal was, and I always get nervous about rabies and shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know if a cat's gonna have rabies. You never know. I wasn't gonna go out there and get bitten by it. I don't, who knows what happens, right? But I just thought it was crazy and such a weird thing to happen. Just a very odd thing. Anyway, let's try this again here, huh? Shall we? But I guess since we're here, I want to thank you guys for the support the channel's been getting. At the time of recording, we're at 113 subscribers, which is, very slowly, steadily climbing. I never thought a channel I would make would hit 100 subscribers at all. I never thought a channel I made would hit 10. And 3 or 4 months ago, I was making a 30 subscriber special video, and now we're at 113, which is pretty nuts to me. So hopefully, I have videos that I'm working on. This is the third video I've recorded today. So I'm, just going to keep grinding, keep making content, and just hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if not, that's fine. I enjoy what I'm doing. It gives me something to do. It keeps me from doing drugs, which is nice. Which we're getting really in depth on this Gundam gameplay here. We're really just talking, huh? Maybe it's like therapy gaming. They say gaming is therapy, so we just talk and then we just keep doing what we're doing. I'm getting my ass kicked again. Holy shit! Let me. Whoops. All right, we got the cutscene. We can skip that. I'm gonna just spam my special moves. But anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to thank you guys a lot for your support. We're gonna keep going, and if you guys like what I got going on, that's awesome. If not, I'll keep doing it because I don't care. No, I do care. But yeah, I mean, obviously, any tips or tricks or anything that you guys have, not just for this game, but for YouTube in general, because I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time, I would love to hear them. So, I'm always down to do content that you guys like to see and want to see, and keeping this. We're gonna get killed again, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna die again. I'm stuck in the beam. This is ridiculous. This is just nuts. This is gnarly. I literally can't fathom this right now. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't have stopped to heal, but I don't know what else I was gonna do. That's nuts. Like that. I don't know if this mission is just like not beatable. No, it definitely is. I'm just using still an underpowered Gundam, but again, that's the type of stuff that you might deal with in the beginning of the game. Oh man, this was a drastic fucking clusterfuck. Like, I legitimately was not intending on getting my ass kicked like that, but it is what it is. I'll go back and try with the Arios Gundam off camera because my voice is getting tired here, and also I think you guys get the point that I'm bad at Gundam, but at least I have a few tips that might help you guys be better than me in every single way possible. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I know we were kind of all over the place with some tips and tricks, some random gameplay, me getting my ass kicked, some funny little stories, but I love playing games, and it's kind of something I want to try to get back to doing a little more regularly here on the channel. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe.